Hey, what's going on, everybody? You're probably wondering, why do you have a car battery sitting on your desk? Well, today I'm going to go through and explain the power pack that I built for some of my hunting trips, for times that I'm not going to be able to stay in a hotel, or hotels that get expensive. So last year I decided to make myself my own little camper in the back of my truck with a truck cap, and I wanted to have something that I could charge my phone, my camera batteries, my computer, different things like that, but I didn't want to spend, the $400 or $500 that some of these power packs have. So decided to kind of do some research, and I found a lot of ones that are similar to mine. So I'm going to go through and kind of explain what I did. Mine's already together, so I'm going to kind of, I took it apart as much as I could. So I'm going to kind of put it back together and show you guys some of the different things that I did, as opposed to some of the other videos on YouTube. So first thing I did was I bought a Deep Cycle marine grade RV battery. I did that because they have a lot more cold cranking amps, and I knew that after a while this thing wouldn't wear down or lose its charge as much as one of the other, like a car battery or something like that. I knew this was going to hold a charge a lot longer. The next thing you're going to need is one of these battery boxes. Mine, as you can see, has these little tabs right here. It came with a strap, but I just got rid of it. I didn't need it, but mine's just a regular battery box. This thing fits right inside of it perfect. It used to have a divider in here, but I took it out. Didn't really need it either, but just sits on there. And mine has these nice little handles right here, which make it a lot easier for taking it in and out of my truck and putting it in the camper or in the tent or whatever, where I'm staying at. So number two that I bought, battery box. I think this was like $9. The most expensive thing I bought, I think I spent like $80 on this marine grade battery from Meyer, but I knew buying a brand new battery would help in the long run. Next thing you're gonna need is a cigarette lighter plug. I think I may have paid like $10 for this double. The reason I went with the double, use a power inverter for stuff that needs, that actually has like a outlet plug. So I can plug my power inverter into one side and then a cigarette lighter little thing in for maybe my phone. Charge my phone with that, and my computer, or I was running a coffee maker off of this system, so I was plugging it into here and then my phone into here at night. And then while I'm on this, you're gonna need an inline fuse. This was also cheap. I can't remember exactly how much I bought it for. I think it was like $5 or $6. It's been over a year since I made this, but inline fuse. And the one I bought takes the mini fuses, and that just slides right in there. 20-amp fuse right there, and you're done. All right. So the first thing you're gonna do is pull the top off your battery box. Set that off to the side, and then take your battery, put it in the box carefully. Okay. Now, since I already had all my cigarette lighter already spliced up and everything, I'm just going to kind of run it back through here and land everything on the terminals that they go in. I had to cut a hole in this earlier, because when I spliced this together the first time, it didn't have the inline fuse in there. So pull the fuse through. And this cigarette lighter plug over here didn't come with a long enough cord to get to the battery terminals. So what I had to do, which I'm an electrician so it was easier, I just used these butt splices and spliced everything in for the negative, and then spliced in the ring terminal, the butt splice for the inline fuse. So for the next step, I'm going to be taking the double cigarette lighter and mounting it back on. Now some people say, well, why are you mounting it on the side? Why didn't you mount it inside? Well, I know when I go to use this thing, it's not going to be exposed to the elements. It's not going to be sitting outside. It'll be sitting inside of my truck, sat inside my camper or a tent or something like that. So I know it won't be subject to any water. So that's why I put it on the side. Tighten that down. And yes, it's close to the handles, but I can still lift it and it's not in the way. Now here's the simplest part, is undoing the nuts on the terminals. Now since my wires are black, I have to make sure that I grab the red one. This is my power wire. Set him on there. Tighten this one down on the positive. And then take my negative, put it over here, tighten it down. You want to make sure it's tight, but not too tight. I just put mine on there with hand tight. Some people I've seen use wing nuts. I didn't, just had these ones laying around and decided to use this. I'm going to go ahead and kind of dress this up a little bit, make it look presentable. Slide that back in there. Push the cap down, and there we are. Now you're ready for a fuse. So you just take little 20 amp fuse, put it in there, and close the cap, and plug this in the side, and that's it. You're ready to go. Alright, just so you guys can see that this setup actually works, here is my iPhone 7 Plus. I'm going to plug this in, and it's charging. Okay, now I'm going to pull this back out. Here is a power inverter, and the green light is on. You can see that it is working. And just so you guys can see how strong this charging system actually is, that is my MacBook charger plugged into the power inverter, plugged into the battery bank backup. And here is my MacBook being plugged in. Right there. And there's a little light on the side. I'll zoom in so you guys can see it. And that's it. It'll charge a laptop. Alright guys, now that you've seen my power bank, the things that I do, things that I've charged, power inverter, you're definitely going to need this, especially if you want to charge a laptop. But other than that, you can just use a simple cigarette lighter you would use in your car and a cord, and be charging things in no time. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, give it a share, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and hope you guys have a good day and have fun on your adventures.